Let's talk about soil disturbance and what do we do from a permaculture ethic to prevent erosion, to spread and soak in water, and to overall manage soil disturbance. I'm Justin Hitt with Prosperity Homestead here at the Sustainable Homestead Institute in Ridgeway, Virginia. Scott's out there on the excavator doing another terrace here, but what we've done is we've actually built a shelf or bench terrace and a cutback to slow and spread water. It's going to make our growing area more level. It's going to capture some water, but we're not holding the water. We're just slowing, spreading it, and soaking it to the ground. And then I just put cover crop in place. Now we've used a cover crop that is a combination of grass, clover, pigeon peas. We want this thing to grow up nice and strong with deep roots in the system here. Now, if we had some native Virginia grasses, I would put Virginia native grasses on this bank, so the edge of this berm, so that we could have those nice deep grass roots holding this hill together. We still might do some of that, but we are expecting rain soon, so we want to make sure that the top bench is level and the bottom bench is level, and that it's the same concept that we used on the permanent raised beds, but the channel in the back is on a level contour, and we have a way that water will run off, so that if we get a heavy rain, the rain will stay for a little bit, spread out and soak, but will not channel and run. So as you can see, the top shelf is pretty level. Now the bund is what we're leveling. Now the bund is this section here. So we have this diagonal line, and then the top level here, that's the bund. We don't want water to go over the bund, but overall we have it cut back and all in cover. Now everything was tracked in. We're not really worried about compaction because this outside bank needs to be compacted. What I'm standing on needs to be compacted so that it can be stable should we get a rain. But I put down the cover crop here. I'm gonna put some straw down on top of that. Make sure we put straw on the side of the hill here, and that will help retain moisture, but also keep the rain from directly hitting the soil. And then I may come back in here with a shovel and just bang down some of this stuff, because I want that seed to soil contact on this hill here to get everything in. Now, some people might say, hey, well, why didn't you pack down the side of the hill here? Well, it was tamped down with the excavator, but it's not something you can just easily pack down. You kind of want the soil to flow from the top and fall into those crevices naturally. And then make sure your top is compacted, and that the top edge, you can see the green paint there, that is a contour, a level contour. You want to make sure that that level contour is there so that water doesn't impound and come up over the top of the berm. On either end, water can trail around, and if it trails around, it'll come down to where I'm standing, which the section I'm standing in is slightly lower than the outside edge, but the outside edge is also on contour, so that if this thing filled up with water, the water would run down the hill that is grassed very slowly. And then of course there's another road right down the hill, same kind of concept. This cutback and terrace is excellent for like a forest road, so you can get access to your property, and it provides for you a really rough way to get more growing space. So as you can see up here, we're getting a more of a level terrace. It will be easier to work with, less likely for water and nutrients to come off the soil. And so this doesn't have to be perfect, but again, if you visit www.prosperityhomestead.org and you contact us, I'll give you a cheat sheet, because it does have to be, the contours have to be right. It has to slightly slope back. It has to be a level contour on the hill, and then you have to have a good solid berm so that the equipment can go over top of it, and so that it's compacted enough that it won't saturate with water and then kind of bust out. So it's a little more complex than a YouTube video, but folks, I wanted to show you because I'm so excited about what's going on here. And all this disturbance, cover crop, a bit of straw, and we'll have grass here before we know it. But until then, we've just added another 10 foot of level space to the growing area upslope, and a much better level road on the bottom for access to this area. And so we've really increased the amount of surface area in our garden and growing space that's going to give us more vegetation, more biomass, more fruits and vegetables. This type of thing you can even plant with trees to make a nice little edge. And it's just exciting. Click the link below to learn more and ask your questions. Be sure to like and subscribe. Ask in the comments your questions. I'm really passionate about helping you do things that are more environmentally sustainable and ecologically sound. This is something that'll be here for 50 years. Properly managed, this will look natural in just a few months. Again, check in later with us. Thanks for watching.